in the image standing alongside the white vehicle, would that be the babysitter?
Yes, sir. Okay.
And it's difficult to make out in this picture, but is her daughter standing right on the other side of her?
Yes, sir.
Now, what time is this next slide?
10:08:58.
All right, so how long after your initial response would this be?
14 minutes.
Okay. And who's that in the middle? Is that Officer Voss still?
Facing away from me is Officer Boss.
Okay. And who is that looking towards you?
That is Officer Carson.
Carlson?
Yes, sir.
Now, has she arrived since the initial response?
Yes.
And what was her role there?
She was tasked to do a search.
Okay, so is she one of the officers you tasked out to look elsewhere?
That's correct, sir.
Now, who is this gentleman?
Lieutenant Foster.
And does this slide depict the approximate time of his arrival on scene?
Yes, sir.
And that is 11 minutes after 10?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that'd be about 15 minutes or so into your response.
Yes, sir.
In this next slide, is that Corporal Jepson on the left there?
Yes, sir.
Not the far left, but the person that we see right there.
Corporal Zips.
And who's that in the middle?
Officer Zerke.
Zerke?
Yes, sir.
And where did she come from?
From Beat 8,
And what
Joycetown
was-
area.
Say again?
Beat 8, Joycetown area.
And what was her role once she arrived at the scene?
She was tasked to search the area.
The next slide, we're at 16 minutes after 10. Who is this here?
It looks like Officer Naranjo.
Naranjo?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And where did he come from?
He came from, I think, Beat 9
Okay. And what was his role?
to search the area.
Now, in this next slide on the far left, is that Lieutenant Foster?
Yes, sir.
And who are those other two police officers
That
there?
is Corporal Ean, the one facing me. And I think that is his trainee.
Okay. And what was his name?
I think it's Laurel Stewart, I think.
Okay. And did they show up to search as well?
Yes, sir.
Moving on to the next slide, this is at 10:22, correct?
Yes, sir.
So this would be just under half an hour into your response?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And who is this that we're looking at here?
It is Latoya Brown.
Say again?
Miss Brown.
Okay. Latoya Brown? did
Yes,
you
sir.
say? Okay. And what is her role with the Chatham County Police Department?
She was a CRO.
What is a CRO?
She goes around and takes non-emergency calls.
She goes around-
Makes reports when people want to report this, whereas it doesn't require a police officer to go out and take like a theft or something like that.
Okay.
She goes out and take a.
Community Resource Officer, CRO.
Okay.
And what was her role at the scene?
She was requested there to come in to keep up with the notes, be a scribe.
Okay. A scribe?
Yes, sir.
What is-
That's what was told to me, scribe.
Okay.
But to me, she was just there to take notes.
Okay. Notes on what?
What was going on, who came in, what was said.
Okay. Now, the next slide, we're at 10:44, right?
Yes, sir.
So that would be about 50 minutes after you've gotten there yourself, right?
Yes, sir.
And is that Lieutenant Foster in the middle?
It is.
Who is that in the dark colored jacket there standing next to him?
I think that's one of the detectives.
Do you know which one that is?
No, sir.
You don't know off the top of your head?
Not on my head.
What is happening between the two of them?
I think the lieutenant's explaining to him about the incident that's going on out there.
Okay. Explaining what about it? Just
Telling
what
them what-
information y'all have to this
What-
point?
Yeah, so what information he has. I briefed him when he got there, what I had found out,
You briefed him.
the lieutenant.
Okay.
And then that's probably what the lieutenant's briefing him about what we found out.
Okay. So you would brief Lieutenant Foster when he shows up, and then Lieutenant Foster briefs the detectives?
Yes, sir.
Okay. In the next slide, who is that in the tan pants and blue shirt arriving at the scene?
A detective. I think that's the